Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am coming to you live from Harry Delarusso Stadium in Revere, Massachusetts. Here to bring you live coverage of today's Casa Soccer League Boston Quarta Division matchup between hosting BKP and visiting Hava FC. Starting a little later than originally slated. This game was originally slated to kick off at 2 o'clock, but they had to wait for the game. There's a game being played right before this one. Had to wait for that one to wrap up. And so now we're almost ready to get this one underway. You can see Hava FC on the right side of the field in the black jerseys and gold jersey numbers. Over here on the left is BKP with the white and light blue jerseys. Getting ready to get this game underway. Looks like BKP as the home team is going to get the opening possession. Unfortunately, I did not get a roster for BKP. There wasn't one available online, so I don't have any of the names. I'm just going to be narrating by jersey number for them. I do have names for Hava, and I'm going to narrate them as best I can. Here we go. BKP kicks it off. They send it back to number 10, now sent across over to the wing back, whose pass is broken up by Hava's number 10, Everett Upton. That's sent out of bounds and is going to stay with BKP. Throw in up the far sideline. Number 29 tries to kick it back. Kicked away by Hava. Sent ahead for number 9. Number 9 tried a touch pass, broken up but recovered. That is Shielen's Ostein, who got this offensive possession going for Hava. Now they send it along the back. Now it's kicked across over to the near side, broken up and intercepted by BKP. But Hava not giving up on the pursuit. It's taken away by number 5, Leonardo Sanguinetti. Sanguinetti sends it across. It's now taken by number 17, Manuel Vibot. Tries to send it ahead to Ostein, but it's broken up and out of bounds. It's going to stay with Hava. Throw-in goes to number 90, Joaquin Alcantara. Alcantara sends it back. I believe that is number 18, Juan Cartagena. As it's sent back again to Cartagena. Now sends it out to the far sideline. I believe that's Vibot. Sends it ahead, goes back to Alcantara, gets away from him, but it is taken again by Cartagena. Passed forward and now sent across to number 24, Diego Sanchez. Sanchez lifts one, gets it upfield, and it's broken up, and it is still going to stay with Hava as that pass aimed at number 19, Rafael Romero, was broken up. Looks like I'm having some trouble with the Wi-Fi when there's a pause in the action. I'm going to try and fix that. But in the meantime, it is popped up in the air. Knocked down, stolen away by Upton, but too many white shirts in there, and it's broken up, taken back by BKP. Number 10 for BKP trying to get past Alcantara. Now the reinforcements come, but he does manage to get a pass away to the near side. That's number 66. Just gets past a defender, gets a pass up, but now it's broken up, stolen back by Hava. And that pass just misses its target. Okay, looks like the Wi-Fi is back in order. I don't know, it seems a little shaky so far. Let me know in the live chat if the Wi-Fi is becoming a serious problem on your end, folks, and I will try and rectify the problem. In the meantime, I'm going to keep following the action. BKP bringing it up the far side. It's broken up and knocked out of bounds. Good defense by Vibot to force the turnover there as it was last touched by BKP. Throws it in for number 8, Matthias Pate. Now a couple passes back. Sent across to Cartagena. Cartagena slowly bringing it up to midfield. Kicks it forward. Misses Pate. Knocked away by BKP. But then Vibot challenging, and he does take the ball back. And a nice turnaround along the far sideline. Passes it to the middle to Alcantara. Alcantara kicks it forward and taken back by BKP, but now bouncing back and forth, taken by Pate. Pate tried to touch it forward, but it's taken away by number 10. Now worked up the far side by BKP. They try to send a leading pass too far, and they're going to let that one roll out of bounds. This will be a goal kick for Hava. No score here in the first half. Kick goes up to Cartagena. Now he moves it forward for number 24, Sanchez. Sanchez a pass to Pate, who tries to send to the outside, stolen away by 66. Slide tackle by Cartagena, but it's taken back by 10. 10 launches a long shot, and that's going to fly in for the first score of the game. A long shot from BKP's number 10 puts the home team on the board first. So 1-0 BKP leads as Hava takes over. This is Alcantara sending it out to the far side to Vibot. Vibot passes back to Alcantara. Now back to Cartagena. Cartagena launches one up the far side for Vibot. Vibot dribbling it towards the middle. Tries to send a leader through, finds Pate, deflected back. Oh, they call offsides. Both Pate and Ostein were there, hoping to get a good shot off, but no dice there as the offsides call puts an end to that offensive possession. BKP sends it back. Now all the way back to the center back. He just manages to pass away from the forward pressure, gets it up to number 10, who's scored the only goal of the game thus far. Now sent up the far side. Almost broken up by Vibot, but BKP stays with it. Leading pass, looking for, I believe, number 8. Tries a shot, gets past the keeper and into the net. BKP now leads by 2. That goal scored by BKP's number 8. A rough start for Hava so far. And it looks like we are going to have a substitution. Checking in for Hava, this is number 6, Jorge Gonzalez de Ara. Although I don't think I see anyone checking out, so maybe he just had to change his jersey or something. I don't know. Got a little confused there. Oh no, they did need to sub somebody out. They just forgot there. So De Ara comes in, replacing number 4, Francisco Miro. This is Alcantara with the ball. Tries to send one up the middle. It's immediately walled off and stolen away by BKP. Lifted into the air towards Vibot. Vibot tries to kick it, goes right off the face of a BKP player. Now it's taken by Cartagena. Pass over to De Ara. Now over to Vibot. Towards the middle, reaches Alcantara. Now across the field to Pate. Pate dribbling, sends it back to number 19, Romero. Romero across to Cartagena. Now up the field to Vibot. Vibot lifting one for Alcantara. No offsides call. But Alcantara had to chase the ball down, turns around, sends a pass out to the far side. This is Sanguinetti. Centering kick is headed away by BKP, knocked down by Alcantara, but gets away from him. Ball is down once again and sent back to Romero. Romero sends it across to Sanchez. Now out to Vibot. Vibot moves it forward, and it's broken up out of bounds. It's going to stay with Hava. Throw in to Sanchez. Sanchez keeping it along the far side, now tapping it back to Vibot. Vibot sends it back to Deara. Now over to Romero. Romero up to Deara. Deara lifts one. That's going to go a little too far, and that's going to go out of bounds. Whoa. Apologies, camera got away from me there for a sec. This will be a throw-in for BKP. The kick is headed all the way across midfield. And it's going to be taken by Hava, sent up to Vibot. Vibot taps it for Deara. Sent forward and then sent back. Now across, off the mark, stolen away by number 10. 10 tries a leading kick. It's a race for the ball, and that one's just going to roll out of bounds. And that will give possession right back to Hava. Quick throw in to Deara. Deara up to Vibot. Now across to Romero and up to Pate. Pate sends it up the near side, broken up and kept in bounds. It's booted deep into Hava territory. Keeper's just going to leave it for Romero. Send it across to Deara. Now up the middle, broken up, taken away from Sanchez, recovered by Romero, across to Cartagena. Now up the far side for Vibot. Vibot sends it up to Alcantara, but it's stolen away by number 29. Now number 8, try to get a pass away, but missed 29, and that's going to be out of bounds, Hava ball. Off the throw-in, pass gets away, taken by BKP, but now this pass is broken up by Romero. Backspin, sends it back to Pate. Pate lifts one over the defense, and offside's called. Free kick for BKP. It's moved up, and that pass is walled down by Vibot. Pass forward, that pass walled off. Vibot manages to recover. Pass back and forth. Now up to Alcantara. Alcantara trying to fend off the defensive pressure. Somehow gets a pass away. Deara sending a leader for Ostein, but Ostein's cut off, and it's knocked out of bounds by BKP. Quick throw in to Vibot. Vibot sends a pass back and forth. Vibot has it again, taps to the middle for Alcantara, now across to Pate. Pate couldn't get around his defender. Alcantara takes it back. Alcantara trying to muscle through too many white shirts, and it's kicked away. Cartagena sends it across to Romero. Romero lifts one all the way down to Sanguinetti. Sanguinetti coming across, tries a shot, but didn't have the power or the aim on that one. It's scooped up by the BKP keeper, and it looks like we might have actually had an offside stoppage even before the shot was launched. BKP with a 2-0 lead here in the first half. And that one is lifted over the head of the target, and that's going to give it back to Hava. Intense wind out here in Revere. As beautiful and sunny a day as it is, the wind undoubtedly having effect on any balls that are launched high into the air. As Hava works this one up the far side for Vibot. Vibot sends a crosser. It's headed away by BKP, and that's going to remain possession Hava. Vibot, quick throw in back to Deata. Deata tries to send one forward, headed away once again, and stolen back by BKP. Push over to number 10. Almost broken up by Pate, but number 10 stays with it. Now sends a leading kick. No offsides, but the keeper is going to get there first and boot it away. 66 kicks it off the head of a guy with no jersey number. And they are going to call that foul against Upton. Free kick is launched and misses, and that's going to be out of bounds for a goal kick. Oh, number 19 is not Romero. It is Jose Chepe, not wearing his normal jersey number of 3. Thank you, Philip Yuan, for the correction in the live chat. Meanwhile, Vibot working it up the far side. Now it's passed back to Cartagena. Now across to Chepe. Now up the middle to Sanchez. To the near side to Pate. Pate lifts it. There's a chance here. Austin couldn't get his foot on it the right way, and it's launched out of bounds. A good chance that time, but just went off his foot the wrong way. And that will be a goal kick for BKP. 2-0 BKP leads here in the first half. Goals from number 10 and number 8. This one lifted, bouncing along, and out of bounds. Pate, quick throw in. It's knocked back. Chepe's got to chase after it. He cannot keep it in bounds. So the errant pass will give BKP the throw in deep in Hava territory. .66 throws it in, and that pass broken up by, I believe, Sanguinetti. Lifted up field, favorable bounce, gets it to Austin. Now Austin charging forward, forcing his way through a couple defenders, keeps it in bounds. The crosser is knocked out of bounds, and that's going to trigger a corner kick. Great offensive push by Sheehan's Austin. To bring up the first corner of the game. Corner is lifted, a little too high. It's deflected inside the box. Clear out is collected by Deata. Shot misses wide. So another nice offensive chance for Hava, but unable to capitalize there. Still 2-0, the home team leads. I think we had a couple of subs for BKP as they subbed out number 8 and number 29. Long lifting kick, goes down to midfield. 66 tries to take it, but it's stolen away. Tapped over for Cartagena. Tries to send it up to Deara. Nothing there. He has to send it back. Another pass. Deara taps it back for Cartagena across to Chepe. Chepe looking around, sends a pass out to the far side to, I believe, Vibot. Vibot tries to send it up the line, but it's broken up. Bouncing along, Alcantara wins the ball, but his pass is broken up. Deara manages to get it away. Chased down by Sanchez, tapped it back to Chepe, lifted out. That's going to be too far, and that's going to go out of bounds and be BKP ball. Thrown in, number 10, trying to move it along, but collides with Chepe, and it stays in bounds. Play continues. BKP launches the shot, but it's knocked down by the Hava keeper. Now rifled out to Vibot on the far side. Vibot passes across to Cartagena. Now back up to Vibot. Up the middle for Alcantara. Tries to tap it, but nobody there. It's taken back by BKP. Number 34 sends to the middle to 66. 66 gets slide tackled by Chepe, and they are going to call the foul there. Not quite in the goal box there, but it looks like a yellow card was assessed to Jose Chepe there. And in the meantime, BKP will have the penalty kick. It is not in the box, so they're going to have to kick it from the spot of the foul, which is going to be just outside the box. So a bit of no man's land here as far as free kicks go. Not close enough for a straight up penalty kick, and not far out enough to where you might be able to lift a high leading kick for someone to head in. Bit of a tough spot to take the free kick from. We'll see what BKP decides to do. They lift the kick, and it's high. Still 2-0. BKP leads Hava FC here in the first half of this Casa Soccer League Boston Quarta Division contest here at Harry De La Russo Stadium in Revere, Massachusetts. Deara with the ball, sends it up the far side to Vibot. Vibot sends it back to Cartagena and across to Chepe. Now back across to Cartagena. Up to Deara. Now out to Vibot. Up the line, it's broken up. BKP kicking it forward. It's a race to the ball between Chepe and 66. 66 takes it off the deflection. No penalty call there as it is wrestled away by Chepe and cleared out of the box. Tapped forward, Alcantara trying to battle for the ball. It is kicked forward. It's a race for the ball now. Ostine picking up speed. Ostine's got a chance. Oh, but it rolled too far. Scooped up by the BKP keeper there. And it is now booted high in the air as BKP tries to work it upfield. Taken now by Sanchez. Sanchez to the middle to Deara. Sent back to Cartagena. Now out to Vibot. Vibot to the middle to Deara. Now up to Sanchez. Further up, broken up. Ricochets several different ways, and then it's taken by BKP. Touch pass goes through to 66. No offsides. 66 launches a shot. Great stop by the keeper. And now it's headed out of bounds by Chepe. And it's going to be BKP ball. Throw in is headed away. Kicked back to the near side. A lot of traffic there, and it's booted away by Sanchez. Out to a wide open Everett Upton. Upton sends a leading kick for Ostein. Ostein racing after it, tries to tap it, it is in! Or was it in? Did they call offsides? Or was it the outside of the net? I got so confused by that play. It looked like a goal for Sheehan's Ostein, but clearly not, as they're operating as if it's a goal kick. Ostein now taking it back off the forward pressure. Ostein sends a pass back. Unexpected attack chance for Hava. And then we've got another whistle to stop it. Not sure if they called a penalty or a handball or something. Confusing past couple of sequences here. But at the end of the day, no score. And BKP still holds the 2-0 lead over Hava. Ball is lifted, goes off ahead. Back and forth it goes. And they're going to call offsides now against BKP. Hava wasting no time. Vibot working it up the far side. Passed it up to Upton. Upton lifts one. Wide open is Sanguinetti, but too wide open. They call offsides. Sanguinetti did not like the call on that one. But it is going to be BKP ball. Kick is lifted, bouncing along and headed down and taken by Pate. Pate dribbling, but it's stolen away. Now stolen back by Chepe. Chepe passes forward. Deara moves it along, but then it's booted away, I believe, by 13. But it's going to be scooped up by the Hava keeper. Sent up the far side and intercepted by BKP again. Physical entanglement of players, and they are going to call the foul there. Now, there's no scoreboard clock operating here in this game, so I can't tell you how much time we got left in the first half. All I can tell you is we are still in the first half, and it's a 2-0 lead for BKP. As this one's kicked forward, it's knocked back, now lifted off. BKP was looking for a handball call there, didn't get it. Now the pass stolen away by Ostein, kicked forward, but booted right back by BKP, taken off one hop by the keeper. Cartagena sends it over to Vibot. Now to the middle to Sanchez. Gets away from him, and it's stolen back by BKP, but taken right back by Chepe. Chepe moves it forward out of reach for Deara, and it's taken back by BKP. Now sent into open space. Chepe's going to get there first and boot it, and the wind's going to catch that one and send it out of bounds. Not sure how much you guys are able to hear the wind on my mic, as I do have a wind screen on my mic, but even then, some of these powerful gusts, I wonder if they come through for you guys on the audio. Vibot sends that one up to Upton. Upton dribbling, tries to pass, it's broken up, but it is kept by Hava for a second. Now stolen away by number 10. Number 10 passes it back, now sent forward to 34. Disrupted, but BKP stays with it. 34 sends a pass out to the far side. Now sent up the line, a leader for 10. 10 tries a crosser, but it's broken up by Chepe. And now Vibat lifts one up the line, goes off ahead, deflects a couple of times. Ostine kicks it back to Sanchez. Sanchez lifts it up in the air, bouncing along, and kicked away. Recovered now by Pate. Pass to the middle to Sanchez, sends it back to Alcantara. Now lifted down the far side for Upton. Upton takes it, tries to move forward, but is walled off. Taken back by BKP. Pass to the middle is taken by Pate. Pass to Alcantara, sends one forward for Upton. No offsides, launches a shot and scores! Just double checking, but there is no offsides call this time. That goal will count. Everett Upton off the assist from Joaquin Alcantara puts Hava FC on the board. BKP takes it, send it all the way to the back line. 13 passes it out to the far side. Now deflected out of bounds, and it's going to be Hava ball. Two to one now the score. Just a 1-goal difference now. As Everett Upton gets the visitors on the board with that goal there. Chepe dribbling, sends it forward. It's tapped to the outside to Pate. Sends it forward to Alcantara. Now back to Sanchez. Sanchez sends it forward, deflects. Sanguinetti taps it over. Alcantara launches a shot, and the wind catches that one and sails it high. Goal kick coming up for BKP. Thirteen sends it to the near side to 4. Now his kick deflected a couple of times, and it's going to be kicked out of bounds. Pate throws it in. It's deflected back. Pate keeps it in bounds. Now lifts a crosser to the middle. Almost a bicycle, but not quite. It's knocked down by Upton. Upton tries a kick. It's deflected by 34, and it is going to be cleared out by BKP. Chepe passes forward, and it's booted away. Chased down by Cartagena. Now over to Chepe. Sends it up, I believe, to Vibat. Now over to Deata. Across to Pate. Pate with some space to move. Tries to lift one forward, but it's knocked down and kicked away by BKP. Chepe sends it across to Deata. Now to the far side to Vibat. Vibat lifts one into the box, bouncing along. Sanguinetti chases it down, but it bounces the wrong way off his foot and out of bounds. Long kick, bouncing along. Cartagena chasing after it, And finally kicks it across to Chepe. Sent up the middle to Sanchez. They were looking for a handball, but no call. Sanchez dribbles forward, now lifts one up for Sanguinetti. Sanguinetti trying to run with it. Sanguinetti keeps with the ball, but the defender keeping up with him. And I think now we might have... I don't know what the call is. A handball, maybe? Two to one, the BKP lead over Hava here in the first half. Free kick is lifted, knocked down, but it's going to deflect right over to Ostein. Ostein lifts one high in the air. It's being fought for. Sanguinetti gets a boot on it. It's booted back, now sent up in the air, headed down by Alcantara. Knocked back. Alcantara kicks it to the outside to Vibat. Vibat lifts one, punched away by the keeper. And that's going to bounce out of bounds. About as far down as you can go while having it still be a throw-in. Pate throws one in. Oh, and I think they called a throw-in violation against Hava, so this is now going to be a throw-in for BKP. Throw-in is headed down, deflected towards Ostein. Ball's knocked away from him and kicked out of bounds. Chase down the ball in the stands and a quick throw-in, now sent back to Chepe. Chepe sends it over to Sanchez, now out to Vibat. Back to Sanchez. Sanchez dribbling around, sends one across to Pate. Pate lifts it into the box. Ostein had it for a second, but too many defenders in there and it's knocked away. Now Ostein trying to take it back, and we got a call, either a foul or a handball against BKP. So it's going to be a free kick for Hava. Looks like Alcantara lining up to take this free kick from about 28 or 29 yard line of the football field. Here's the kick. It's walled off immediately. Alcantara recovers, passes to the outside to Pate. Pate now lifts it into the box, and it's punched away by the keeper. Chance on the second chance. It's kicked high and out of bounds. Hard collision, and we've got a BKP player down hurt. Some discussion, it appears. And now here comes the kick. Sails across midfield. Chepe is going to be the first to get there. He's going to tap it back to the keeper. It's going to be kicked back out. Chepe moves it forward. And now it is sent once again back to the keeper. Now to the outside to, I believe, Vibot. Sends it across to Pate. And it's knocked out of bounds. And that's going to take it back to BKP. Throw in. And this one's knocked back, taken by Hava, now deflected out of bounds, and it will stay with Hava. Throw in to Deata. Now lifted across to Vibot. Kicked forward to Upton, now to Sanchez. Sanchez lifts it high. It's knocked down by number 10. Now booted high in the air off the head of Pate. Downed by Sanchez. Sanchez pass intercepted by BKP. Now they pass to the middle. 34 with the ball. Tries a leading pass. It gets through the defense. Up to a guy with no jersey number. Approaching shot. Misses just wide. It remains a one-score game as that one just a few feet wide. Keeper kicks it into Vibot. Vibot kicks to the middle to Deata. Deata sends it over to Pate. Pate tries a leader for Upton, but Upton lost control of it and it's kicked away by number 7. Upton, of course, the lone goal scorer for Hava so far. As we've got another stop for a discussion. Are they discussing whether or not Upton was offsides? And it looks like they're finished discussing things. Looks like they did call offsides against Hava, and so this will be a free kick for BKP. This one is booted all the way down. 66 trying to chase it down, but cannot. That's just going to go out of bounds and set up a goal kick for Hava. And it looks like we're going to have a sub for Hava. Returning to the pitch is number 4, Francisco Miro. Not sure who subbed out. But either way, Pate with the ball now sends it up to Alcantara, and that pass goes out of bounds. Throw in is back and forth, fighting for the ball, and it's taken by number 10. 10 sends a pass up the middle, finds target that's 34, but pressured and stolen away, I believe, by Sanchez. Sanchez now sends it back to Pate. Pate across to Miro. Based on his positioning, I think the player who came off is Cartagena, who might have pulled a hammy or something, or might have cramped up or something. So he's walking with a slight limp back to the bench. In the meantime, Chepe lifts this one high. Race to the ball. Weird ricochets. Upton's shot is blocked. A juicy chance for Hava to try and knot this thing up at 2 apiece. But a clutch defensive block by BKP there to maintain their 1-score lead. Chepe sends it over to Pate. Pate dribbling, gives over to Deara. Deara's attempted lifter is knocked away. And I believe that is the whistle for halftime. So we are now at the midway point of this contest. Our score at half, BKP 2, Hava FC 1. Number 10 and number 8 scored the goals for BKP early. Hava able to get one back on a score by Everett Upton, assisted by Joaquin Alcantara. But right now, the hosts still hold the lead. Thank you once again for tuning in to today's live stream. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, coming to you live from Harry Delarusso Stadium in Revere, Massachusetts. If you if you're enjoying this live stream, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all my upcoming sports live streams. And if there's anything you'd like to say, I encourage you to say it in the live chat. But for now, we are at halftime. Going to take a break off the mic, but I will be back for the second half of this contest. So stay tuned. Hello again, back on the mic. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, coming to you live from Harry Delarusso Stadium in Revere, Massachusetts, for today's Casa Soccer League Boston Quarta Division contest between visiting Hava FC and hosting BKP. The home team leading 2-1 as we get ready to kick off the second half. Number 10 and number 8 scoring for BKP, while for Hava, Everett Upton has their lone score so far, assisted by Joaquin Alcantara. We've got an ice cream truck going down the street here near the stadium, which is funny to me because, yes, it is beautiful and sunny out. It's also windy and cold. A lot of people here in full coats and blankets. So I don't know how many people are going to want ice cream in this kind of weather, but here we go. Start of the second half. Hava starting with the ball. Pass goes to the back line to number 4, Francisco Miro. Sends it across to Jose Chepe. Chepe sends it up the line to Matias Pate. Now across to Jorge Gonzalez de Ara. And now we got an early foul call against BKP. Quick free kick, and now Pate launches a long leading kick. It's headed off. Recovered by Shielen's Ostein. And now it's going to be booted in the air and out of bounds, and it's going to stay with Hava. You could see number 90, Joaquin Alcantara, crashing towards the net on that long kick from Pate, but just cut off by the header. Pass goes back now. Sent across. Now to the middle to De Ara. De Ara tries to send a pass up the middle. It's headed away, and BKP takes this one back. Number 8 dribbling, stolen away by De Ara. Pass to Pate. Pate fights through the defender, sends a pass upfield. Now the pass goes back to Pate. Now he taps it over. A long leading kick is going to be out of reach for Vibot. And that's going to be out of bounds BKP ball. Yeah, one player for Hava wearing a coat over his jersey, and I believe that is number 24, Diego Sanchez. In the meantime, a throw-in for BKP. Thrown into number 10, kick to the middle, intercepted. Leonardo Sanguinetti sends a pass back to Pate. Pate tries to fake out his defender, manages to tap one to the outside to Upton. Everett Upton sends a crosser, but nobody there to receive it. It's going to go out of bounds. They're going to say deflected by BKP. And so it will stay with Hava. Manuel Vibot throws this one in, goes off ahead, off another. And the kick is deflected, goes to Pate. Pate's kick is walled off. Deflects back to Miro. Sends it back to Chepe. Chepe sends to the outside to Pate. Pate sends it up the line. Now a lifted kick by Sanguinetti is going to sail out of bounds. Having a little trouble chasing down the ball, as it seems to have bounced over a fence. So we might be seeing a bit of a delay here. And it looks like they got the ball. And so now here comes the free kick. It's booted up field, and it's going to be collected by the Hava keeper. As we are now resuming the action. It's left for Vibot. Vibot kicks it up the line, and it's sliced out of bounds. And that's going to be BKP ball. Number 7 looking around for a throw-in. Manages to throw it in. It's passed right back to 7. Now a pass intercepted. Pass goes back to Diarra. Diarra cut off by 34. 34 taps pass for 29. Couple taps back and forth. Now lifted forward. 34 trying to move, and he's cut off by Chepe, who launches it into the air. Number 97 trying to push it. You've either got a foul or a handball, not sure which. Vibot was down on the turf there. So this will be a free kick for Hava as they take the ball. Miro passes over to Vibot. Vibot up to Upton. Now back to Chepe. Chepe over to Pate. Pate dribbling along. Lifts a leader. Player gets tripped. Whoa! Some pushing and shoving. And I'm not sure if they called the foul on Hava or if they called an offsides, but either way, free kick for BKP. Deflects off ahead and now chased down by Hava. Leading kick up the far side. It's going to go too far and out of bounds. But I think they're going to say last touch by BKP, in which case we are going to get our second corner kick of the day. And indeed, Leonardo Sanguinetti setting up in the corner, getting ready to kick this one for Hava. Sends it right up the middle, and it's off ahead and out of bounds. What? It was out of bounds. There was a bit of confusion for a second, but this is going to be a consecutive corner kick for Hava, as it looks like Upton getting ready to kick this one. Upton launches this one really high and too high, and that's going to bounce out of bounds and be a goal kick for BKP. Two to one, BKP still leads Hava here at Delarusso Stadium. BKP setting up for the goal kick. This one launched high in the air, goes off ahead, and that's going to go out of bounds. Throw in goes back. Now number 10 kicks this one away. It's downed by Pate. Pate kicks it up to Deara. Stolen away by BKP. Pass to the outside. Dribbling along. Still going. Leading kick. No offsides, but it is kicked away by Chepe. Now Deara sends a pass up to Upton. Upton dribbling. Fakes out one defender. Dribbles across to the middle. Now launches a kick, saved by the keeper. And they just boot it out of bounds. We'll see if this is a throw-in or a corner, as that was like very hard to tell from the far corner. Looks like it is going to be a throw-in. Thrown in to Sanchez, but broken up, and it's going to be out of bounds, BKP ball. Throw in. Scrum for the ball, and it's taken by Hava. This is Sanguinetti. Pass forward to Alcantara. Alcantara keeps with the ball despite the defensive pressure, but his pass slightly off the mark. Now a favorable deflection for Hava. Long shot. Misses. A huge chance for Hava, but the shot from Sanchez missed wide. Moving up the near side is number 7, has to pass it back. Now it's launched up in the air, bouncing along, and it's going to be taken by Pate. Pate pops it in the air. It's taken down by number 97. Passes back and forth. 97 still with it. Pass back. Almost stolen, but keeps with it. Pass up the middle. Passes over to his right. Now forward to 34. Now they keep moving it further upfield. Broken up and kicked away by Chepe. Off of several deflections. It's taken by Sanchez. Sanchez fighting through multiple defenders. It goes out of bounds and is going to stay with Hava. Throw-in goes back to Deara. Now a pass across to Miro. Now over to Chepe, up to Vibat. Vibat to the middle, to I believe to Sanchez, excuse me. Vibat sends it up the line, and it's kicked out of bounds. Vibat throws it in, tapped back to Vibat, passed back to Miro. Miro across to Chepe. Now sends it up to Pate. Pate tries to fight through a defender, gets tripped up, and it's taken back by BKP. Pate a little slow to get up as BKP are running the counter. Chepe, the last line of defense, kicks it away. Now this one's lifted in the air. Number 7 couldn't keep it in bounds, and it's going to be Hava ball. Quick throw in to Miro. Miro taps it up to Vibot. Now over to, I believe, Sanchez. Now further upfield, a couple of passes. Vibot barely keeps it, does not keep it in bounds. So BKP gets the throw in. Couple deflections. Coming out with it is 97. 97 tripped up from behind, and they're going to call the foul. So it's going to be a free kick for BKP around the 20-yard line. Launches the kick, and it's going to one-hop and be taken by the keeper. Now Hava trying to work their way upfield. Pate taps one forward. Austin trying to chase after it. It's knocked out of bounds. Last touched, they're going to say, by Hava. So BKP will have the throw-in. Throw-in. Deflected and stolen away. That's Deara. Pass it back to Miro and over to Vibot. Vibot passes forward to Sanchez. Now to Upton. And that one gets away from the target, and it's taken back by 97. Dribbling around, pass back. Kick forward. Up to 34. Now up to 66. 66 passes back to 34. Round it goes, and it's booted away by Vibot. Taken by Austin. They call handball, I want to say. This one booted high in the air. Off a head now. Off another head. Keeps deflecting. Now it's pushed forward by Hava, and it's taken by Sanchez. Sanchez dribbling with speed, still going. Sanchez still going, still going. Crosser is headed away. Still fighting for the ball, but it is taken by BKP and cleared out. Number 10 boots it upfield for, I believe, 34. His kick knocked out of bounds by Chepe. So a couple of nice offensive pushes from Hava this half, but no score yet, and they still trail. And this one is knocked out of bounds, and it's going to stay with BKP. Ahead and deflects again, and taken now by 97. Passing around. Number 7 with the ball, tries to kick this one back. And it's going to be chased down by the keeper. And that one's immediately booted out of bounds. That one, I think, just got away from him. And so Hava going to try and take advantage as Vibot throws it in back to Alcantara. Alcantara gets around one defender, tries a pass forward, but it's deflected. Stolen away now by 97. 97 running out of room, and it's stolen back. Attempted pass intercepted by 66. Still trapped along this narrow spot on the near side now, stolen away and taken into open space by Vibot. Passed across to Pate. Pate sending a leading kick, headed off. Bounced past a couple players and now kicked forward, taken by Miro. Miro sends it back to Chepe. Up to Pate. Pate over to Vibot and back to Pate. Pate lifts it. Upton tried, but missed wide. Not sure if they called offsides anyhow, but bounced the wrong way off his foot. That was a chance so good, you were almost certain it must have been offsides, but I didn't hear any whistle for offsides. And so instead, just missing wide. Off ahead. Batted down. Now booted forward. And a bit of a bicycle kick there by Chepe to clear it out, taken by Deara. That pass gets away, out of bounds, last touch, they say, by BKP. So Hava will take possession. Throw in to Alcantara. Pass back to Pate, now back to Alcantara. Now booted all the way across the field to Miro. Now sent up to Vibot. Vibot, pass forward to Upton, and it's disrupted, knocked out of bounds, but it'll stay with Hava. Vibot throws it in to Sanchez. Sanchez tries to tap it, but it's kicked away by BKP, taken by Miro. Pass back to Chepe, now up to Vibot. Vibot sends it to Upton. Upton dribbling, sends it to the middle to Alcantara. Now taps it to Pate. Pate launches a long one, and that is going to sail high. The wind may not be gusting as hard as it was in the first half, but still playing a factor here in this contest. Kicked forward and taken by Hava. That pass knocked out of bounds by number 7. Vibot throws it in, tapped back to Vibot. Further back to Sanchez. Cross to Alcantara. Now over to the near side to Vibot. Vibot. Pass kind of miscommunicated there, and it's stolen away by 34. Deflected by Deara, but taken by 97. And that one's going to go off a hand. Hava's had some unlucky deflections that have resulted in a number of handballs so far today. This one booted, goes off ahead. And it's just going to bounce out of bounds, and it's going to stay with BKP. 7 throws it in. Kicked across. BKP keeps it. Pass forward. Knocked away by Chepe. Taken by Pate. Pate, pass across. Believe this is Vibot. Pass forward to Sanchez. Sanchez dribbling, sends it across to Pate. Pate sends it forward. It goes back to Pate. Now back to Diarra. Diarra manages to get a pass away to Sanchez. Sanchez sends a pass over to Pate. Pate across to Vibot. Vibot thought about a kick forward, decides to send it back to Miro. Back to Vibot. Vibot taps it. It's sent forward, broken up by number 7, but he lost it. Upton gets grabbed and draws the foul, but he's just going to keep with it and shoot and miss wide. Not sure. Upton was trying to discuss something with the officials as my tripod just went off the bleachers for a second. Again, the wind certainly playing a factor as the gusts are starting to pick up again out here in Revere. Hava moving it forward. Upton sends it back to Sanchez. Now up to Diarra. Diarra trying to get through a wall of defenders, but does force it out of bounds, and it will stay with Hava. Quick throw into Sanchez. Sanchez boots it. Cross to Pate. Pate sends it up to Sanguinetti. Trying to fight through multiple defenders. Somehow keeps the ball and passes it back to Alcantara. Alcantara launches a kick, bouncing along, and Upton cannot keep it in bounds. And that's going to be a goal kick for BKP. This one is booted high. Deflects and kicked by 34. Now kicked back by Chepe. Gets up to Vibot. Vibot dribbling. Manages to tap it for Upton. Upton dribbling across. Tries a kick. It's walled off, but deflects right over to Pate. Pate taps it for Alcantara. Alcantara lifts it high to Upton. Upton tries to send it up the middle, and it's walled off by the BKP defense. And now cleared out. Couple deflections, it winds up with Diarra. Diarra fights through a couple defenders. Now kicks it up to Ostein. Ostein keeps it in bounds. Ostein still trying to fight through it, but it's finally booted out of bounds by BKP. Throw in for Vibot, taps it a little high, and Upton cannot keep it in bounds. Another goal kick coming up for BKP. BKP still leads Hava 2-1. There's been no score so far here in the second half. .97 kicks it, booted high in the air, and it's going to be taken by Vibot. Vibot's pass miscommunication stolen away by BKP. 34. Sorry, big gust of wind. Almost blew over my tripod again. Alcantara lifts it, deflects, and now kicked in the air by 10, and it's going to be booted out of bounds by BKP. Possession to Hava. Pass across to Miro. Miro sends it up to Vibot. Vibot lifts one high, too high, out of bounds. Looks like Hava has flipped the sides for their wing strikers. They've now got Sanguinetti on the near side wing, and they've got Upton on the far side wing. High kick. Knocked down. Ultimately taken by Hava. Pass over to Vibot. Up to Sanguinetti. And broken up out of bounds. It's going to stay with Hava. Throw in. And I think we got a handball call against Hava again. And I think we've got a card pulled against a Hava player, I'm not sure. But free kick coming from BKP. And they're going to call the foul on Alcantara for going over the back. Got a BKP player down hurt. Looks like they're going to have to sub in someone new for BKP. Looks like they're going to bring number 29 back out and replace number 97, who's holding his back there after that physical battle for the ball. And the foul will result in a free kick for BKP. Number 10 boots this one. Knocked down and out of bounds. It's going to stay with BKP. Throw into 66, knocked away, but taken back by BKP. Pass out to 7. Now sends it back to 10. 10 boots it in the air. And it's a battle for the ball on the far side. Finally kicked in. It's going to be scooped up by the Hava keeper. Winds really gusting once again out here in Revere. Miro bringing up the ball for Hava. Pass over to Alcantara. Alcantara lifts one. And it's going to be taken off a couple bounces by the BKP keeper. Rolls it in. And it's booted upfield. Alcantara takes it. Pass to the outside to Pate. Now to Alcantara, stolen away by 29. Pass to 34. 34. Manages to get it past 29, back to 34. 34 gets tripped and draws a penalty, and that's another card against Hava. So this will be a free kick for BKP. So one of the number 10s, because I think there are two for BKP, he kicks this one, and we got a whistle stopping him from kicking it. Did he kick it too soon? Now boots it, and it's going to be caught out of the air by the Hava keeper. Punts it upfield. Ostein takes it, trying to fend off his defender, gets double teamed, still fighting for it. It's knocked loose, and finally taken by Hava, tapped through, long leading kick. The keeper's going to come out of the box and grab it. And now there's a big debate going on about whether the goalie was in the box when he grabbed that ball. Both teams arguing fervently. Officials explaining back and forth. And it looks like, oh, it looks like BKP has to sub in a new keeper. As it looks like their starting keeper, he might have been, has he been kicked out for touching the ball out of the box? Is that what's happening, or? For now, BKP appears to have subbed out one of their number 10s. So indeed, we're looking at a new keeper for BKP. So it is going to be a free kick from just outside the box for Hava. Big chance to try and tie this one up. Weird spot to shoot from, though. Shoots and misses high. So it will remain a 2-1 BKP lead here in the second half. Again, no stadium clock, so I can't tell you what minute we're at here in the second half. This one is booted. Knocked down and taken by Alcantara. Boots it upfield, and it's headed out of bounds by number 4. Gotta hop the fence to get the ball back. Quick throw in. Chepe dribbling. Pate still trying to get back over the fence as Alcantara dribbles with it and boots it over to the other side of the field for Miro. Miro taps it up for Vibot. Touch pass misses out of bounds. And possession to BKP. Throw in. Finds its target. 34 gets tripped and draws another foul. This one booted upfield, gets to 34, and it's lost out of bounds. Alcantara throws it in. Deflected, Vibot keeps it in and gets it back to Alcantara. Now sent up to Sanchez. Sanchez taps it back to Miro. Miro gives it to Vibot. Now back to Alcantara. Across the field to Chepe. Chepe's pass off the mark, taken away by BKP. 29 passes it to the far side. Now back to the middle, misses, but recovered by BKP. Number 7 tripped up. And a little bit of jawing back and forth after that play is over. Still a little bit of extra after this play. So this is going to be a free kick for BKP. Boots it in the air, and it's going to be caught out of the air by the keeper. This one is sliced on the punt. Off the head of Deara. Number 7 passes it back. Number 10 boots it, and it goes out of bounds. Vibot throws it in, tapped down, knocked out of bounds. Vibot throws it in, it's tapped back. Vibot taps it across to Chepe. Now that pass off the mark, and that's going to go out of bounds. Throw in, downed by Chepe, and that one's lost out of bounds. Back to BKP. Throw in back, Knocked out of bounds, still BKP ball. Throw in. Knocked back and forth, taken by Upton. Gets a pass away to Diarra. Tries to pass back to Sanchez, broken up by 34. Now pass taken away by Vibot. To the middle to Diarra. Now up to Sanchez. Sanchez out to the far side to Pate. Pate, leading kick, headed away by 13. Booted away and taken by Miro. Miro to Vibot. Vibot moving forward to the outside to Sanguinetti. Sanguinetti with the crosser, bouncing to Upton. Upton's shot saved out of bounds. That's going to be a corner kick for Hava. Upton setting up for the corner. Launches one to the corner, bouncing along, and that's going to bounce out of bounds, and it's going to stay with Hava. Throw in, tapped back to Vibot. Vibot sends it back. Sanchez trying to keep it. Tries a pass, disrupted. Might have got a little hurt on that play, but it is taken by Miro. As play continues, pass to Diarra. Diarra lifts one forward. Scrum for the ball. No call. Austin taps it. It's deflected out to Sanguinetti. Now another scrum for the ball, and they call, I believe, a penalty against Hava. And so this will be a free kick for BKP. Got a substitution coming in for BKP now. One of the number 10s checks back in, replacing 34. This one booted high in the air off the head of 97. Bouncing along, Alcantara boots it all the way back down, and it's knocked out of bounds by the other number 10. It's going to be a throw-in for Hava. Austin trying to fight through multiple defenders. It's knocked out of bounds, and that's going to be a corner for Hava. Trying to set it up quick. Upton getting ready to take the kick. Upton kicks it low. It's deflected into the air, and it's headed out. Tapped back, but stolen away. Miro slides in to take it, but now stolen away by BKP. Pass to the near side, sent up the line, and that's going to roll out of bounds. Vibot throws it into Miro. Miro. Pass across to Pate. Pate leaves it for Alcantara. Alcantara boots it upfield, bounces past everybody, but scooped up by the keeper. Punted and gets past Couple players gets to number 10. His pass now stolen away. Deara gets tripped. And so that penalty is going to give a free kick for Hava. They're going to rush the free kick. Sanguinetti taps it for Ostein. Ostein turns around, launches one. Saved by the keeper. As that save gets away from him, kind of. And now it's out of bounds, and it's going to be a corner for Hava. Upton setting up to kick this corner. This one sails in off ahead. Chased down by Ostein. Ostein trying to fight through multiple defenders and cannot. 29 trying to dribble up with it. Knocked away but taken by 10. And now that kick knocked out of bounds. It's going to be BKP ball. Throw in. 97 kicks it forward. Miro gets to the ball first. Kicks it upfield. Upton to Sanchez. To Pate. Now Upton again. Pass back. Knocked away out of bounds. Throw in to Pate. Pate's kick knocked down. And that's the triple whistle, and that is going to end the ball game. The final score here at Harry Delarusso Stadium in Revere, Massachusetts, BKP 2, Hava FC 1. All goals coming in the first half. One of the number 10s scored the first goal for BKP. Number 8 scored the second one as BKP took an early 2-0 lead. Everett Upton scored the lone goal for Hava, assisted by Joaquin Alcantara. But there would be no score in the second half, and that is how the final score would remain. Thank you all so much for tuning in today. I am Mayfield-Sheehan. Remember, if you enjoyed this live stream, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all my upcoming live streams. But that is going to do it for this live stream. The final score here in this Casa Soccer League Boston Quarta Division contest, BKP 2, Hava FC 1. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Thank you all for watching, and enjoy the rest of your Sunday.